Professor Kpessa-Whyte was represented in court by Dr. Justice from Sai and Godwin Tamaklo. Now, when the case was called, the charge of contempt of court was read, and then his plea was taken. Now, according to the charge as read in court, his comments which he made via Twitter on May 19, 2023, scandalized the court, brought the name of the court into disrepute. Now, initially, he pleaded not guilty to the charges and later changed it to guilty with explanation. The bench then queried whether if he indeed understood the charges as read to him and wanted the charges to be reread for him. He indicated that he understood the charges and hence he is then changing his plea from guilty with explanation to guilty. Following his plea, the bench then convicted him and took a mitigating prayer from his lawyer. His lawyer indicated that the moment the issue was brought to the attention of their client, he took steps to purge himself of the contempt by apologizing via the same medium for which he made those comments. And also, he had taken steps to make sure that the apology is publicized in the daily graphic on the front page. He also indicated that his client had taken steps to delete that particular tweet, which in the eyes of the court scandalized the court. Now, based on this mitigating prayer, there was a brief recess where the judges went to contemplate and deliberate on what sentencing to be given to him. After about an hour of deliberations, the bench returned, chaired by Justice Mariama Owusu, came back and delivered its judgment. Essentially, the judges indicated that they've considered the apology, they've considered the grave effect of what he said, and have decided to caution him and discharge him. They also indicated that he's at liberty to make any comment with respect to judgments of the Supreme Court, and they are not preventing him from making those comments. They'll only urge him to do those comments with respect to what the law says and in civility, and not to do anything to disparage the court. After proceedings, Professor Kpessa-Whyte came out of the courtroom with a number of NDC known personalities like Sylvester Mensah, the former boss of the National Health Insurance Authority, also in accompanied with his lawyers who essentially indicated that they were not going to give any comment on the issue, but for the fact that they are grateful for the magnanimity of the court. Based on the judgment of the court, Professor Kpessa-Whyte, he has been convicted. He, however, has been cautioned and discharged by the Supreme Court. Reporting for Citi News, Hansen Ajeman.